Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Infinite Jess. This is going to be a mini Infinite Jess, fun-sized Infinite Jess, if you will. And this episode is going to be really exciting because we're talking postseason baseball. It's October, people. Break out your leggings, break out your Uggs. I already have. I do it before the first fall leaf hits the ground. Ain't nothing bad about it. Today we're going to be talking about Erik Kratz. Now, he's a 38-year-old catcher for the Brewers. He was actually supposed to be a backup catcher when he was acquired by the team, but now he's dominating. He, of course, was so stellar for the Brewers as the Brewers swept the Rockies 3-0 in that NLDS. Now they're heading to the championship series. And he went 3 for 4 and had this amazing double where he slid into second, looked at his dugout, and said, "I made it." He was shocked. Now, he's 38 years old. I'm going to say that a lot throughout the episode. And I don't think 38 is old. And not just because I'm going to be 30 very, very soon. But he, and of course the world, the society known as sports, think that the moment you blow out 30 candles on your birthday cake, you are too old. Or just old in general. So I'm so glad that he made the postseason. First of all, he's the first guy since 1905, and that was Labe Cross, to be 30, the oldest player to make the postseason. And in true Kratz form, he joked that he played with Cross in 1905. They played rookie ball together. That's not actually true, but he did have some fun poking fun at his own age. So it's nice to know that he's having some fun with it. And if you know this guy and listen to him talk, he does not take these opportunities for granted. So humble and having so much fun with it. So I'm excited to talk about him. And joining me, I have national reporter and really good friend of mine, from MLB.com, and that's Jesse Sanchez. He's right in the middle of the playoffs. He's there. He's soaking it all in. He's not 38 yet, but I really was curious to know what he thought about it. So I'm going to give him a call right now. My friend Jesse Sanchez is here, and I'm so excited because I know you've been wanting to come on the show for a very long time, and
yes, I have.
finally found the perfect reason to have you on. You are in the thick of the postseason, so I'm so glad that you're there, and you're here too. So we're talking about Erik Kratz, and obviously it's a very unique situation. A 38-year-old making the postseason, 38-year-old playing the bigs these days is kind of rare. So what kind of when you heard this story about a guy this age making the postseason, what were your first thoughts?
The first thing that came in my mind was like, wow, that young man is really doing good. And I'm proud the young guys are really getting some credit now. And it's good to see that. But really, it's funny because people talk about 38 being old, or in baseball years, it probably is. I guess right. Baseball years like dog years, they just multiply it by 3 or 4. And you think that 38 years old is really old. But the reality is in life, that's not.
Right.
I can't speak to that. I don't know what 38 feels like.
Be there in like 23 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe if I took a time machine, I could go back to 38 and remember that. But no, on a serious note, it is really cool to see this guy out there doing his thing. I think it speaks to a lot of, his effort, his story, everything he's overcome, get to this point and never giving up. I really think it's cool because he's given a shot. And I think it's important, people of all ages, not just baseball, just in general, just be given a fair shot to show what you can do. And obviously contributing, obviously that team is pretty good. So, I think it's a great story.
Yeah, and it just, how he's handling the postseason with such an amazing attitude. I am absolutely obsessed with this story. So how is it important, I guess, for the story based on, you kind of touched on it, to have somebody at the age of 38. And for me, I don't think 38 is old either, but even from a fantasy perspective, the moment an athlete turns 30, it's like, whoa, his fantasy value drops. But in this case, I think it's wonderful. But what is that message showing younger kids or even, older guys that you can still be 38 and play in the bigs? How important is that message?
And I think if you look at him, you look at his story, you look at Altuve's story, you look at, different people who wouldn't so-called fit the perfect mold of what they think a baseball player looks like. The reality is baseball players comes in all shapes and sizes, all ages. And I think this just speaks to that. And I think it's just really cool to see him out there. And I really love that message, little kids out there seeing him or minor leaguers, seeing him and maybe, using him as a role model. I'm sure the guys are giving him a hard time in the clubhouse, calling him grandpa or whatever baseball players probably do. But I think it's a heartwarming story. But I think it comes back to giving him credit, giving the organization credit for kind of having an open mind and understanding contributions can come from everybody, and it's not just the stars, or it's not just the people that fit this prototypical body of what they think a professional athlete is going to look like. The reality, especially in baseball, everybody comes in all different shapes and sizes, ages, and that's what makes the game so cool.
I agree. And I know, and I give MLB a lot of credit for giving the young guys a chance. And I think that's great. And I feel like the younger class is actually rather mature considering what we're used to. But to know that these older guys are getting a chance is great too. And I know you're down there, like I said, you're in the thick of the postseason. You're right there. Take the Erik Kratz story, and let's take the Brewers out of the scenario altogether. What's been your favorite postseason story thus far?
Probably on the other side of the spectrum of the Kratz story is the young Atlanta Braves.
Mm-hmm.
Ronald Acuna Jr., we saw what he did all year long. He hit, I think he hit 5 home runs in a row, 5 leadoff home runs in a row at one stretch. I think he had 8 games with, home runs. He's been dynamic. He is just a fantastic player to watch. I kind of got to know him last year. Remember last year at this time, he was in the Arizona Fall League.
Right.
And now he's, these guys are competing in the postseason. And, a team had made it to the postseason that really did well all year long. So seeing guys like Ronald Acuna, Ozzie Albies, these guys, just watching these guys develop right in front of our eyes, because these are the future of the game. These young guys are having a blast. They're kind of making their own rules and just having fun.
Yeah, and Acuna Jr. and Ozzie Albies has given Cut Force so much content, just on their friendship alone. They've been so much fun. And Acuna just made history by becoming the first guy since he surpassed Mickey Mantle, hitting a grand slam on Sunday in the postseason. And that's the first time that's been done in a while. And he made this joke, like, I've never heard of Mickey Mantle. I wasn't born yet. So we're going to stick to that age theme, like to make us feel really old. But Jesse, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate your time.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jesse, for joining me. That was a really fun interview just because I love the story. I love Jesse. I love how he can kind of see what's going on, and we're giving each of these guys an opportunity. Like I said, I know MLB's giving a lot of the younger guys opportunities, but to see this happen was phenomenal. So here we go for Tell Me Something Good. We had a lot of fun tweets about Erik Kratz, and really excited to dive into those. Andrew Simon from MLB.com said Erik Kratz MLB history hits in 2015, 5, 2016, 8, 2017, 2, the 2018 NLDS, 5. Just by itself, 5. Kelly Wallace, whom I love. If you predicted Cy Chasen, Wade Kershaw, 400 infielders hitting approximately 1 billion homers, give or take, and Erik Kratz absolutely raking in the postseason, congrats to you. Mind blown. So cool. The Gray King said, I am extremely logged on for playoff hero Erik Kratz. Same here. Kat Garcia at The Baseball Girl. What is this Erik Kratz black magic witchcraft? She, of course, is covering the Brewers, so I'm jealous she gets to watch it all right in there and probably getting squirted with champagne. It's at Milltown Buckley said, it's Erik Kratz's world, and we're just a small part of it. # this is my crew. Yes. Mo Jorgen at Killer Jake 1 said every postseason creates a random star. As of right now, that star is Erik Kratz. Absolutely. I love this story. He preached, do not give up, keep pushing, keep fighting. At 38 to play not only just a professional sport at the major league level and make the postseason, that's awesome. # blessed. I hope that didn't make me look like an idiot. Anywho, thanks for tuning in to this special, small edition of Infinite Jess for MLB.com's Cut 4. I'm Jessica Kleinschmidt. Thanks.